Motorcycles, in case you were not aware, are not safe. So today we will not be using Mavuika's motorcycle. More seriously, I actually do think it is worth exploring playing Mavuika without a motorcycle because I actually think her normal attack chain and also this really fantastic charge attack animation, like I think that's just fun enough on a visual level, and you know, her hair does this, like I think it's fun to just do this, right? But also, I think there's mechanical reasons to do it, much more than you might actually expect. My suspicion is after this video, this is going to be my favorite part of Mavuika's kit. But yeah, in case you didn't notice what Mavuika's normal attack chain is like, right? These really fast normal attacks, these normal attacks are really, really fast for a Claymore user. There's no one that I think even comes close. Mavuika also has a unique charge attack where she just has this nice wind-up animation. It's not crazily long, but it is, like, you know, super fast, right? Which also has a pretty big AoE. Her charge attack multiplier is pretty high. At level 10, this is 384%. And in case you're wondering, yes, I do plan to crown Mavuika's normal attack before I level up her skill and burst at all. Now, am I gushing over normal attacks? You might say, oh, this is pointless. It doesn't matter because she does physical damage and physical is bad. Yes, physical is generally speaking pretty bad, but external infusers exist. And by that I mean C6 Bennett, the almighty Chongyun, and Candace. Before we go over the important technical details, just here's an important demonstration quick. Wham blam. Without any buffs, we're getting 40k hits. Blop. You can see we get a Cryo infusion on Mavuika. It's very important to remember though, her skill is still going to be active while we have a Cryo infusion, so that means she's doing Pyro application while we have Cryo or Pyro infusion and also Hydro infusion. So that means that we could have situations like Mavuika's Pyro application could support her normal attacks, or Cryo, normal and charge attacks to be able to melt from her own Pyro application, right? There's similar potential with Candace, and then Bennett, of course, just turns into a different form of Pyro DPS if you want to just do normal Pyro DPS things. Infusions is also where we get into some of the technical details of why this fast normal attack chain is situationally really valuable, mostly against enemies with shields. So that means we'll get an application on the first hit, so we'd have application, no application, one instance of application in the 3 hit there, and then the 4th hit, that right there, would also apply. And then every single charge attack always would apply the element. Now, because this charge attack multiplier is so much higher, generally speaking, I suspect we will be trying to get the most charge attacks out as possible. But it is a 50 stamina cost, so that means the amount of charge attacks we can get out is relatively limited. If we activate her skill here, we have a 12-second duration for her Night Soul. And by the way, this means like when you're doing infusion stuff or physical damage, she can still use Obsidian Codex because she's consuming Night Soul, so she'll have the crit buff going. We'll use her skill here, and then we'll see how many charge attacks we got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So without any stamina reduction or refunding going on, we can get out 5 charge attacks, but we still have plenty of uptime left in our skill. I'm going to keep mostly the same build on my Mavuika with her signature weapon and a EM timepiece, as well as an attack goblet. This way I don't have to change her stuff for different elemental things going on. If you want to see the biggest charge attack damage possible, you're probably going to want to do something like use an elemental goblet on her. But because of the fact that I will still be getting some skill damage and burst damage in conjunction with the normal attack damage, I'm fine with leaving an attack goblet on, plus it'll just keep things simple. Let's get into some actual gameplay though. Because he's the simplest, we're going to start with C6 Bennett. And because it's a good starting comparison, I want to start with like a typical normal Mavuika team, but where we're, you know, using C6 Bennett instead of using, you know, Mavuika's motorcycle, and just see how different it is. Managing stamina is going to be the main struggle with getting her charge attacks out and whatnot. I'm particularly bad at managing stamina because I like to dodge and run around like a stupid. Also, most of these teams, you should probably try to use your burst, and then just, because if you use your burst, right, she'll go into her motorcycle, but, you know, you can press E twice and then get off of it. It's just, I don't know, like awkward to do that, so I'm just gonna not bother with her burst, I think. Actually, you know what? That's a motorcycle too. In this video is no motorcycles allowed. None. Start with Bennett. Blam blam. Alright. And oh, don't forget to do this. Alright, I am blam. Nice 200k. Oh, that dude had, whatever on him. I am out of stamina because I am bad. Yep, see, this is what I mean. Oh my god, oh my god. Okay. Don't forget to, yeah. I... Blam. Blam. Oh, yeah, dang it. Okay. Looks like we are... that's kind of interesting. As new waves are spawning, we're having Mavuika, like, in AoE here, right? Because Farina's fairly single target. She's a flying pyro. So we're seeing a lot of Vaporizes on Farina, actually, but... I think that's something specific to an AoE scenario. That's weird for this, right? Blam. Oh, stop! Farina, stop killing them! Okay, I need to go fight tanky Arnames, I guess. I want to get these 200Ks consistently. Alright. Do. Blam. Nice. And blam. Alright. Yeah, something like that. I think the second hit I didn't get Pyro on, or I didn't get Hydra on the enemy, and that's just an effect, I think, of Farina's weird Hydra application. Blam. Blam. And blam. Yeah, I like that. We're getting 60k vapes on our normal attack, and then we got 150k on a charge attack with the normal attack 2 combo. So just doing this, and then that, right? Let's just click twice and hold the second time. And Kazuha shouldn't be fundamentally very different from Shalonen here. Shalonen will just adapt to new waves better. If we just spam normal attacks. If we just spam normal attacks, we get 2 like 60k vapes. It's almost just better, I feel like, when we're playing Xingqiu or Yelan to spam normals. I don't know. Anyways, I don't think we need to spend that much time on a Vaporize team. It's like probably the most boring thing you could do with C6 Bennett and Mavuika's ability to be infused, quite frankly. It is worth showing, I think, a forward melt variant, though. Now, this is not going to work if we use Mavuika's skill, by the way, because Mavuika's Pyro application will take over the Cryo from Citlali, and then we won't be able to get any big melts on her charge attack. So we should be able to override with Cryo, right? And then if we don't skill, we can get big melt. We can get a... What? Really? I don't know what happened there. Why didn't we land that hit? But you can see, we can get a few melts out, right? If we don't skill. And if we do press Mavuika's skill, what we should end up seeing happen here, alright, is we are not going, yeah, you can see as soon as we did one normal attack, we ate the Cryo application from Citlali, and then we overtook with Pyro. Since you can't use your skill if you're doing the melt variant, that means you wouldn't want to use this artifact set, by the way. You'd probably just do like a 2-piece, or maybe Gilded Dreams. But goodbye, Bennett. Welcome, Candace. Let's get into more fun things. But welcome back, Bennett. We're actually still going to use you. And you might be like, but wait, what if Bennett overrides Candace? He will not. Candace overrides Bennett, so that means we can get Bennett buff and we can have Candace buff at the same time. I think we actually kind of want to use Kazuha here, or like Sucrose, any kind of animo that could do some extra Pyro application by infusing on their burst. Okay, that's kind of funny. So I didn't try to practice a rotation here. We're getting 50k non-Vaporize attacks, and then her skill is vaping for 50k. That's kind of funny too, honestly. Her applying her own Hydro for vaporizing her skill, yeah. Alright, let's try it like this. Alright, do this. And blam. And blam. And why did I only get 20k there? Alright, we're getting 90k. Honestly, that's a bit less than I expected. It's a little bit tricky to make sure we swirl Hydro, I think, and also infuse Pyro. And blam, blam. This. Alright, we did swirl Hydro, and we get the Pyro infusion, right? And blam. Alright, there we go. Okay, blam. That's kind of what I was expecting. Oh, that one. What's happening? Oh, we ran out of... Oh, I'm stupid. We ran out of Candace uptime. I'm going to try something slightly different here. So let's do that. And do this. Do this. Do this. Do this. Alright, do that. Alright, do that. And let's see, now we get a little bit more uptime. Oh, we had Pyro. Oh, no, we have Hydro on it. Okay, well, shoot. We had more uptime, but that rotation... I'll get that freaking bike out of here. This is a funny case of having enough application, but not having the right conjunction of uptime on these characters' abilities. But we have an alternative to Kazuha that might help things, which is Dendro units. What? right? So the burning reaction will cause enough off-field pyro such that, you know, the infusion from Candace will enable us to get consistent big vaporizes, and it also let us to manage our uptime a little bit better on Bennett. Alright, let's do Nahida. And we'll do Candace. Blam. Alright, and blam. Right, yeah, 97k. See? And we gotta, for some reason, what? Okay, can we crit? What the heck? Wait, what is happening? No, why are we doing so little damage? We might have not actually been keeping burning going there. That would be kind of interesting. It's possible Candace's front-loaded hydro screwed with things a little bit there. It's Nahida will burst first, I think. Let's do Bennett into Candace. We might have to do the reverse order, but we'll see. And blam. I didn't crit, of course not. What? Why didn't I vaporize there? Okay, I'm not sure why I didn't vaporize there. It's like, okay. I'm pretty sure Pyro was on the enemy. How am I not vaporizing those 2 hits there? That was weird. I'm pretty sure the enemy had Pyro on them from burning, right? So I feel like we should not have lost our vaporizes there. And blam, right? Vaporize. None. Vaporize. None. Vaporize. Does she have ICD on her charge attacks? I'll be honest, if Mihoyo gave her ICD on her charge attacks, I will be an extremely sad boy. Did I not notice that before? If they actually did this, I'll be very sad. Alright, so do that. Wait for Pyro. Alright, and blam. Get a charge attack. Yep, gonna melt. No melt. They gave ICD to her. How? Why? How dare they? This is gonna. I'm sorry. I do not like being negative when it comes to just showing fun, creative ideas in Genshin. This almost it doesn't kill the idea, and it actually invalidates some of what I recorded already. So I'm gonna have to put asterisks on this saying actually this is wrong, and here's me learning live that this is wrong. This is a 50 stamina cost ability. Normally they do not give internal cooldowns to charge attacks. And I didn't notice this before because we were getting the Vaporizer from the Xingqiu variant, but I think the cooldown timing was happening with the charge attack when I was doing normal attacks in between. So that's their intention, right? Is they don't want you to spam the charge attack. But I think that's so stupid to limit it this way, right? Because you've already seen we're limited by uptime in our Bennett buff or whatever other buffs happening that we can't get that insane amount of charge attacks. We're not getting 5 million damage out, right? Why limit this? Right? It's already limited by the stamina and buff uptime. Why did you need to make it that it doesn't apply application every charge attack? Why? They're just trying to force you to use the bicycle. It's not like this playstyle would have been insanely stronger by being able to get an application every instance. It just limits the fun things we can do. What? Does Mihoyo hate fun? This is a video game, Mihoyo. You don't want us to have fun in your video game? That's what I feel like right now. I want it just to be a fun, silly video where I just mess with no bicycle Mavuika. Okay, so after thinking for a minute, I think Mihoyo maybe didn't do this intentionally. I think this might be an accidental side effect of the fact that they gave ICD to her charge attack in her motorcycle mode, right? This having ICD, I think, is a side effect of the fact that they coded this to have ICD. These are both charge attacks, even though they look completely different. That's my theory. I don't think this was intentionally malicious on Mihoyo's part to make Mavuika less fun, but it definitely does make her less fun. Ultimately, what this means is that the combo that we have to do if we're doing something like this Candace variant is, I think we have to do what we were doing with Xingqiu, where we're doing do that and then do a charge attack. Not that. We have to do, 2 normal attacks and then a charge attack, right? The other problem with that is I think C6 Candace could actually interfere then, because that's part of why I wasn't doing normal attacks. Was one, because forward vaporizes are just trying to get as many big, higher multiplier hits to vaporize as much as possible. But also the C6 Hydra application might actually interfere with our ability to get the vaporizes consistently. So, but yeah, this recontextualizes some things that I saw before that I thought were just missing crits, but I wasn't paying enough attention. Alright, let's see if Candace C6 borks anything. Oh boy. All because we can't just spam charge attacks, we have to worry about this now. Alright, so we do that, right? And then do that, right? And blam. Okay, see, I did 2 in a row there, but it looks like Candace C6 does not bork with anything. So that's good. we can still do this playstyle, it's just in a little bit of a different rotation, right?
But you're still nervous. Just take my hand.
I'm not nervous, Candace. I'm just sad. Alright, let's see if Emily works. I think... So Emily has lower dendro application, which I think means we're going to have even more of a problem with Candace here. But we rotate slightly differently. I think we might still be able to do something. Yeah, no EM buff. Okay, you can see we're struggling, I think, a little bit more with uptime. I mean, we're generating some more Virgin cores, and we are getting damage in Emily. Like, we're not losing the Emily damage. So it's just I don't know, this is just a weirder variant of the team that doesn't get as consistent big damage numbers from Mavuika's normal and charge attacks. So I do think this kind of means that forward Vaporize Mavuika with Candace is kind of but there is other utility we can do with Candace. But first, let's go and do some Chongyun things. Now, Chongyun's infusion is actually overridden by Bennett. That's just because the Pyro reaction is stronger, so it overtakes on your weapon. If you want proof that the weapons have reactions happening on them, let's have Candace and Chongyun going at the same time. And look, we have a frozen Mavuika weapon. So that means no Bennett C6 if we want to be able to do cryo damage with Mavuika. That's fine, because we were getting a little bit annoyed with Bennett uptime and management issues, whatever. We can do other things. I think I'm actually going to go back to trying Shalonen, but also let's try Kazuha too. I don't know.
Want me to come along?
This team in particular could actually be really interesting, because I think you could probably use the cryo application from Chongyun's burst to be able to get a big melt hit on Mavuika's own burst, and then after that transition to doing normal and charge attacks. Alright, we're going to try something like this. Do this, and then do this, and then do this, and then do that. Whoop, I actually grabbed on the bike, but okay. Blam. Blam. Alright, this works. I don't think I managed the uptime quite perfectly, but this works. I want to try a Sucrose on Thrilling Tales of Dragon Slayers, actually, since we're not using Bennett. Try this again, be a little bit better this time. This is definitely a little bit of a weird rotation, to say the least. Alright, and then we do Chungus, and then Chungus, and then, oh, we can't, okay. I didn't crit on the one, but oh well. Hey, there we go. I knew Thrilling Tales would be good. I cannot crit for the life of me, apparently. Well, okay, so like uptime is not very high. This is a really interesting variant, though, because of Chongyun's burst allowing us to potentially get, a big melt, as you saw. And again, I have level 1 burst, right? One more Chongyun team, and this is one that I think is going to be one of the most silly ones. What happens if we do, all of the infusions together? Because I mentioned briefly, right, how, they will override each other based on, like, which reaction is stronger. But if we have 3 different reactions happening on the weapons, which one overrides when? Let's do this, this. I didn't mean to use the reset already, but I guess I did. Can't take it back now. Blam. Alright, we got Cryo, and he went invisible because he's a buckle. Alright, blam. Blam. I should... Chongyun's burst can get a meaningful amount of damage in Bennett burst, so I should probably do that. Alright, we got Cryo, and then Hydro, and then Pyro, and then Hydro. And then, okay, and we lost Chongyun, and we didn't get a sack or reset, but we can, do that. And yeah, how's Avatar Mavuika for you? I need more infusers in the game, so I can do more elements on Mavuika. All right, let's try Candace into Bennett. Blam, blam, and blam, and blam, and blam. All right. And blam. I love the frozen weapon. Oh boy. Nice 75k hydro attack. And now we're into physical. Alright, no, get out of here, you stupid bicycle. Alright. Do this. Do that. Do that. Do this. You are invisible. Whatever. I don't know. This does this actually make the most sense? Probably not. Why is there a Virgin core? Where in the world did that come from? But I don't know. This is like it's kind of super fun. I also feel like this is actually a variant. A couple of these variants would actually, I think, gain meaningfully from Mavuika. No, get out the freaking bike. From Mavuika. No, see, we're doing cryo damage. Now we're doing. Oh, that was a Hydro from Candace C6. But anyways, I don't know. This is super silly, right? I think this is actually one that will gain meaningfully from when I activate Mavuika C1 maybe, because then I'd have Pyro application happening throughout like the entire rotation. But just the funniness of getting different elements in this team might make this team the most worthy one to take to Abyss. Before that, though, I want to do some more Candace stuff where we don't focus on triggering a really big number on Mavuika, but instead we just focus on the fact that, you know, Hydro is a really useful reaction in the game for triggering other reactions, right? I'm very optimistic about this one because Auron just tends to work pretty well when you do weird stuff with him with Mavuika, in my experience so far, but I haven't tried this specifically yet. Right. I'm going to do Auron first, I think. Yeah, we're getting, honestly, yeah, we're getting pretty decent Dendrocore generation. Like, this is one of the better variants we've done. Oh, man, like, this is the true potential, but I didn't want to have the whole video be focused on Candace. I wanted to show, you know, Chungus things and whatever. Yeah, it turns out Hydro can be used to do things, and a fast normal attack chain means pretty fast Hydro application, right? This is going to be weird. Alright, let's start with Citlali, I think. Do Auron, do this, do this. And what do we do? A charge attack. It didn't crit, but I saw 26,000 non-crit, which means it probably 32,000 with a, yeah, I don't know, that means we can get meaningful reaction damage. Okay, this is not as good as the Dendro variant. It's safe to say. It's not too surprising. Turns out Dendro reactions when you're doing Hydro is strong. Oh no. Let's try Nahid again, but this time we're going to do with Citlali instead of Auron. Dendro and Cryo don't react, so what can actually happen when you have Dendro and Cryo together is you can actually get more value out of your Hydro application. So I don't know, this might be much better than you expect is my point, because Cryo can actually help you, especially when it comes to putting Pyro and doing Virgin things. Stop going invisible! Alright, please sir, this time don't go invisible immediately, I'll be upset. Alright, blam. Yeah, look at how many cores we're generating. Look how many cores we generate. Oh, with just Candace infusion Hydro application. Oh, and like, we could also trigger vapes on Candace infusion here too. Okay, this might actually be the most fun Candace variant. What if we use Mavuika Burst to help kickstart Emily? Yes. Right. This. Alright. Okay, and the Emily variant here is kind of interesting, right? Alright, so as far as the team to take to Abyss, it's either got to be... The most obviously compelling team was the Auron variant, right, with Nahida and Candace. I think the Citlali variant was more fun. But then there's also, you know, Avatar Mavuika with all three infusers, so... Yeah. Really? I don't do physical damage there. What in the world? Okay, these things really suck for this playstyle because we cannot get the Okay. Guess that means we're doing second half. It is worth mentioning this Kugasaur can be easily taken care of with Candace and Hydro Infusion. Ah, dang it, I could have countered that with Candace. I just, whoop, don't do that. Yeah, I must admit, this is probably a meme team. I think I didn't use a particular good team on the first side, and, you know, it's suffering from inconsistency in every regard. So, I can't recommend it, to be honest. What about the Emily variant? So do that. Do big charge attacks. Yeah, there's a nice 80k. Try to abuse the fact that these dudes have permanent pyro on them. that. He avoided the damage. I guess that's how that dude rolls. Alright.
Dance with me to eternal oasis.
The show's only just begun. Show no mercy.
Do this.
Get him! Russian world. The curtain. Light it up. Too easy. Show no mercy. You two. Time to end. This'll brighten up the place. Crash from the sky. Do your work. We shall burn it down.
Alright, as it turns out, this works pretty well. So, what's the end conclusion? Well, I'll be honest, it ended up being a little bit worse than I thought it was going to be due to the mix of like uptime issues not matching super well. Like you can definitely get some big satisfying numbers from her, but the amount you can get is pretty limited, and I think it's just extremely unfortunate. Like I was really hoping to be able to have teams where I just saw, you know, 250,000 damage with at least like 4 charge attacks in a row, but it's literally not possible though to get 4 big like vaporizes or whatever on her charge attack because they put ICD on it. So that means you have to do normal attack combo in conjunction with charge attack. And that might be easier to play in some ways, but it gets you less satisfying big numbers, and it makes the playstyle a bit less compelling, I would say. I can tell you, I really, really wish there was either external dendro infusers or maybe more importantly, external electro infusers, because being able to do things with whatever electro reactions, electro charge, overloads, right? If Mavuika can apply Pyro while also doing, you know, other transformative reactions that aren't just the dendro reactions, it was very fun doing this, but it is also, I think, a lot harder to make work. My hope was to be able to give a recommendation of like, yeah, you can just do this. And I think you can if you do C6 Bennett stuff. It's not that hard to make work. Both for infusion and just like normal off-field things with Mavuika, I think I'll stick to doing a lot of dendro shenanigans with her. I do quite like her for doing dendro stuff. Then it's just reaffirmation of the thing I already liked about this character's kit.